we spoke to the solicitor about residency, after toing and froing some of the different ideas that we actually, the options we have available, we've finally decided on an option. We're going to do the TRO route. It takes a little while, but we can get residency. Yay! So that's one weight off our mind. All we've got to do now is get all the paperwork together, get it notarised, apostolized, and send it off to the embassy, as well as opening a Bulgarian bank account and getting health insurance, Bulgarian health insurance. So that is the plan over the next few days. Yeah, well on our way. How exciting. The plan for today, now we've done the observing and we know we're going to stay, is we're going to book an appointment to open the bank account and to form the company. We are going to apply for the acros. Rick is now at the moment drafting a letter of intent to the Bulgarian government to tell them exactly what we want to come over here and do, see if they have any interest in it, see if, you know, because they are very science and innovation orientated over here. So we're going to send off some emails to a few departments in the Bulgarian and the Bulgarian government, see what comes back. See, we never know, they might be so inspired by what we want to do that they may just say, here you go, have residency, or here you go, have £500,000 towards your project. Who knows? It's all very exciting stuff, but once Rick's done that, we'll get it all emailed out and wait to hear back from whoever, I suppose. Yeah, things have just got real, like really real. So I thought I'd take a little bit of time out to tell people a little bit about us, because I'm hoping by now we'll have people following us that don't actually know us from the Astro community. Me and Rick have been together for just over 5 years. We have little Leo, who you've probably seen running around. He's nearly 4. In January 2020, Rick decided randomly to wake me up about 3 o'clock in the morning to tell me he'd bought a little telescope so we could try and see some things in the sky. He'd seen some pictures of Andromeda from astrophotographers and decided he wanted to give it a go. So he bought this little Celestron Astromaster 120 with the equatorial mount. Well, we began an adventure basically. It came out, we set it all up. The first clear night we had, we took it out, and it was quite funny because it was freezing, so we were all wrapped up, and Rick was having to hold the telescope on the equatorial mount because there was no way to really, with that sort of scope, to find anything without pointing at yourself. So he's got his arms wrapped around this telescope, freezing cold, his hands sticking to it, and we got my little camera and we stuck it in and we got our very first moon picture with it. It was the most exhilarating night, to be fair. We were both freezing, him especially, but that sort of gave us the bug, especially when the picture we got, insert picture here, wasn't great by any stretch of the imagination, as you can see, but we did it on our own. He was holding the telescope, I was holding the camera, and we just clicked and then took it into Photoshop, and he did what he could with it, and that gave him the bug. And there began the rabbit hole of astrophotography and just how much it costs. So from there Rick did a lot of research. He dived into it for, I don't know, maybe 2 to 3, maybe 4 weeks. I felt like an Astro widow, to be fair, because everything, it was just Astro, Astro, Astro. But it was worth it, because by the time he'd finished in those 2 or 3 weeks, he knew everything he could at that time about acquiring data, setups, what scopes to use, what not to. It was amazing to watch him learn like he did, but I did feel a little bit lonely at times, I must admit, but it's so worth it now. So after he'd done all that, he decided he didn't want to start with a baby scope. He wanted to start with the Skywatcher Quattro 250p. Now, anyone that's an astrophotographer will know that is quite a big scope. And then you've got collimation on top. So yeah, he liked to throw himself into the deep end. And what an amazing adventure that was. It all came, we got it set up. And then we had 3 weeks of tropical storms. So we'd got all this brand new equipment sat in the house waiting to be used, and it was 3 weeks before we had a chance to do it. But when the time came, we got out. We were using APT at the time, along with, I do believe it was DSS and Photoshop, and we came, I say we, he came up with this image. Insert photo here. Not fantastic by any means, especially with what he can do now. I'm still terrible at acquiring data on my own, or stacking or processing. I do try, but it is Rick's thing. I just enjoy watching him do it. So then after that, he got the bug, and we both got the bug, to be fair, and every clear night we were up, we were out, and then we built the observatory, and it started to snowball even further, and then lockdown ended, and we came on our first family holiday, and we came to Bulgaria, and fell in love with Bulgaria. At first not for the skies. We didn't actually realise how dark it can get over here. We just fell in love with the country, the people, the lifestyle, and thereon started our journey into looking for land or a house or something with dark skies so we could build our observatory. And what an adventure it's been over the last 3 years. We have quite literally travelled the length and breadth of Bulgaria, from right up north where Rother is, to now right down south in Lesovo, all the way into the middle. We have been everywhere. Found some absolutely beautiful villages, found some beautiful pieces of land, and then got hit with the skies weren't dark enough, or there was always something that didn't quite sit right. Had I have had my way, we would have bought last year in a place called Veselinovo. I found a beautiful property online, and I wanted it there and then, because bull in a china shop, you know, in for a penny, in for a pound, why not? I am so pleased Rick didn't let that happen, because if he had, we would now not be sat in Lesovo loving the quiet village life with the look to now buy the land that we are going to buy. The skies are amazing, the people are amazing, the land is amazing, everything about this place is amazing, and I am just so grateful that Rick knows me well enough to know not to let me influence him too much. So yeah, that's where we're at. We've been on an adventure for the last 3 years, and it's not going to stop there. I thought, seeing as though I've explained a lot about our background and how we first got started, I would now show you some of our very first images before Rick discovered Pix Insight. He is rather dismayed at the fact that I am going to show you these, but I think it shows just how far we've come, or should I say how far he's come. Hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to follow us on our journey. A massive thank you to everyone who already has liked and subscribed and is now following our journey. If you haven't already, head on over to our Facebook page, Midlands to Mountains, which is also in the description, to get live updates when our next episode is out. Alternatively, you can just click the bell to get notified via YouTube.